Okay, the appraisal came back high. Now what? Or the appraisal came back low. Now what? All right, these are scenarios that plague buyers and sellers alike. And if a home is priced properly, we shouldn't have any concern with the appraisal. Now, if an appraiser has a bad hair day, wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, there's nothing anyone can do about that. And keep in mind, people are different. People, our personalities, the way we think. Some appraisers will actually think, hey, you know what? We don't want our market to explode out of control as far as pricing and values. So they try and keep a lid on it, if you will. We don't have any of those appraisers up here in the White Mountains, so the likelihood of that occurring is slim to none. But nonetheless, let's touch on this topic. All right, you're selling your house and the appraisal came back higher than the buyer's offer. I can tell you right now, it is probably 1 in a million that we will ever hear anything about the appraisal coming back as far as the value is concerned. This would be instant equity for the buyer, but the sale continues to move forward. Okay, so what we'll get told then is, hey, we're good on value. All right, and then we just keep moving forward with the sale of the home. You're selling your house and the appraisal came back lower than the buyer's offer. We will be informed then that the appraisal came back below our contract price, and then there are now 3 options for both parties. This is where we start negotiating once again, and that isn't always the case. We don't have to negotiate, but it's in your interest and the buyer's interest to kind of work things out here. The buyer may come back and ask that we come down to the appraised value. Yes, this is an option. Both parties can also meet somewhere in the middle, knowing that you're reducing your sales price and the buyer's coming out of pocket for the difference. Because if they're getting a loan, the mortgage company will not lend money in excess of what the property appraised for. So that's why I say it's usually coming out of pocket from the buyer. Or option 3, you refuse to come down or meet in the middle, and the buyer either comes out of pocket for the entire difference, or the buyer decides to cancel the purchase. Because in our residential resale purchase contract, there is an appraisal contingency. Okay? So if that's the premise on which they cancel this purchase, they are entitled to a full refund of their earnest money. They didn't do anything wrong, you didn't do anything wrong, and that's how that would be handled. Okay? So something to think about, not something to be afraid of, but something to think about. Thank you.